Yes, sir. Yes,
Yo!
sir. What is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody? What is going on? You already know what it is. Sunday evening series wraps up. You're gonna get some Mets Talk Unfiltered. You're gonna see my ugly mug, and you're gonna see that handsome gentleman Eddie Presti there, giving over here to give you some unfiltered opinions. How you doing, Eddie?
I'm doing good, bro. I hear a little background noise.
That's not no. It's called music.
Okay.
My bad. I
My
forgot to
bad.
turn
All
it
right, there
off.
you go. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. But with that said, how am I doing? I'm feeling much better than I did on Friday. Uh, I thought that this weekend was going to be a big test for the Mets. And sure enough, it was a big test. I do think Chicago's a good team. I thought we could have had all three games, but I'll save that for later. But I am happy that we got 2 out of 3 versus them, and a lot of our guys got going. I saw a lot of good things this weekend. So, how am I doing? I'm very, very happy right now when it comes to the New York Mets.
Absolutely. And talking about happy, we have to be responsible here. And I
Oh,
know it's late. It's late in the evening, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, to those that join us or may not join us, whatever the case may be. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the gentlemen who are in here, to all your mothers and all that good stuff. And the
yes, sir.
ladies also. My bad. And the ladies' mothers and everybody's mothers. Um, hope you enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day, the few hours that are left, and I hope you had a beautiful Mother's Day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, man. Listen, like you, I'm also very happy, very happy. I could be kind of ignorant sometimes. So when I hear all this stuff about the challenge and the toughest team the Mets are gonna face, and all, I'm like, okay, how about we're a challenge? How about we're the toughest team that they're going to face? How about they haven't played anybody like the New York Mets, and we came out here and we showed exactly that we are a team that other teams need to be worried about, that other
Yeah.
teams need to use as a measuring stick. We don't need to use anybody as a measuring stick. We know who the hell we are. So what, we went through a little slump there. You know what I'm saying? Where we, what was it? Lost, I think, 2 series in a row, whatever it was.
All right.
So yeah, no, I feel good, brother. I feel real good. I feel confident. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It has to keep going. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, heck, look, the reason I brought up the Cubs as a measuring stick, just because simply going by the numbers, they were I believe they're still the highest scoring team in MLB. And I was curious the way this weekend was going to play out. I'm thinking to myself, is it going to be like 10-9 games? Are we going to see, double digit games from both of these teams? Didn't turn out to be that way. But all in all, I like when I say, we're going to go up against this team or that team. I just like to know where we stand. You know what I mean? No matter who it is. Like tomorrow, for example, we're playing Pittsburgh and we're going up against Paul Skeens. Is that I don't know how to you pronounce his name.
Yeah, yeah, Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens. He's that guy's. He's one of the best. He might be the best pitcher in baseball. So I'm very curious to see the way that stacks up, and I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to see the Mets now as the team that other teams use as a measuring stick as well. Because correct me if I'm wrong, I still believe we have the best record in baseball, unless Detroit caught us. I don't know if they did or not, but we're still up there. We're still top three in I'm going to say top three in wins. So I feel very, very good. I'm very, very happy. And I think it was a good weekend, all in all.
Yeah, the Mets are actually, well, this is weird. I guess they have it by percentages. Let me see
Our
something
win
real quick.
percentage.
Yeah, so the Mets are third in wins. No, no,
Okay.
second in wins with Detroit.
Okay.
Um, oh, I see. I'm sorry. All right, yeah, this was just doing it National League and just National League and American League separate. I thought I could get like just the league.
Overall,
Yeah, the league overall. Okay, here it goes.
ESPN sometimes does that.
Right,
That's where
right,
I
right.
usually go
Well, I think I got it here, but still, I guess they're doing it by
by
percentage,
win percentage.
by win
Okay.
percentage, right? Because it has the Dodgers one at 27 and 14, the
Okay.
Padres at number two at 25 and 14, And then the
Well,
Mets and the Tigers both tied at 3, at 26 and 15.
top three, I'll take it, Hector. I'll take it
Absolutely.
all day.
Yes, sir. So
And
do
we
I.
haven't even faced them yet, right? We haven't faced Dodgers. We haven't faced the Padres. So they're coming up. They're going to be, I think we're facing them in June. But those would be some good series to look at.
Yep. And then as far as run differential, the New York Mets are number 3 also, behind the Yankees at 1 at plus 75. The Tigers are second at plus 72, and then the Mets come in third at plus 67. So
Okay.
just,
That's
good.
it. That's a great stat.
Yeah, good things all the way around. Yeah, that's definitely a great stat. And that is mainly carried by our pitching, which is continues to be good. Yeah, they had a little stumble there, whatever the case may be. I think mainly the bullpen, but seem to be kind of like coming back around. And Griffin Canning continues to do the damn thing as we saw today.
It's my guy. It's
Yeah,
my guy.
I think he's becoming everybody's guy. Clay Holmes was pretty darn good on Friday night.
Very good.
McGill, whom you said was the game we were going to lose, proved you right. Unfortunately, I wish we swept, but
And,
even
and
he,
and we had a chance in that game, heck.
yeah, even he. Like I was having this conversation earlier today with someone, and I said, you know what? Had McGill given up those runs later in his outing, we would have been like, McGill wasn't too bad, just
Yeah.
faltered a little bit at the end. But because it was in the, what was it? I think it was the first inning he gave up all the runs. It makes it look a little bit worse than it was. He did settle down there. Listen, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. It was bad. You need to be better, And it brings
Yeah.
back the thoughts that we've had about McGill. Is he showing again that he can't sustain an within the game and also for a season, right? But we'll find out. We'll find out.
He
But yeah, just good weekend.
so look, when I looked at that McGill start, he's just a weird pitcher, man. He only went out, he only threw 77 pitches, right? And I think he was roughed up. I think it was like you said, it was in the first inning. And I want to say right before he left with runners on base. He's the type of guy, he either has it or he doesn't. And it's weird because he's got so much talent. His stuff is great. Like he's got a good fastball. He's got that, he's got is it the sweep? Is it the sweeper or whatever he's got? He's got like many different pitches in his arsenal. It's just, he's just a guy that, bro, it's like you get to the fifth inning and the wheels fall off. And that's how I feel about him. And I think as Met fans, I think we've all kind of felt like this about him. Yeah, we every now and then you see him, he'll get into the sixth, seventh inning, but for the most part, he's a 5-inning pitcher. He's a 5-inning pitcher. It's who he is. And I wish he'd get more confident. I wish he could, put it together more. But, sometimes you just got to take a guy for what he is. And I think that just McGill is what he is. He's a five-inning pitcher. After he goes to the third time through the order, he kind of folds, and it is what it is. But right now, we're winning games, we're winning series, so I'm not going to complain too much. But down the line, down the stretch, you'd like to see him get better. You'd like to see him get deeper into games. You'd like to see him get more bigger outs. I get it. I get, it's still early in the season. It's May 10th, whatever it is. But if you want to be an elite team and you want to get into October and you want to get, deep into these series, whether it's the World Series, wherever again, we're going to need all hands on deck. And a guy like, Tyler McGill, who's got all the stuff in the world, his brother's a great pitcher. He comes, the guy's he's a big, tall guy. He looks like a force on the mound. He just can't seem to put it together. And I felt like he had good stuff. It's not like I felt like he was throwing cookies up there. He had good stuff. It just, for whatever reason, he can't put it together. And that's my issue with him. Again, it's still early. He has time. So we just got to hope that sooner or later, he starts getting a little bit more confident with the pitches he throws and where he throws it, when he throws it. And he's got to get deeper into games. Let's keep it fair. He's got to get deeper. 77 pitches. I'm sorry, dude. You got to go out there. Give me 100 pitches. I'm not saying 5 innings. I'm saying give me 6, 7 innings.
Right.
But
Yeah, but
is it
listen. Maybe they could have pushed him another. And when we say that, it's not him. It's not like he said, "Okay, take me out the game." I'm pretty sure he didn't want to go back out there.
yeah.
But did we really want to bring him back out there? Like you said,
No.
he had given up the runs early, and then he left with some men on base, so he was getting already in trouble. So why even keep messing with it? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, I mean, listen, this whole staff needs to go a little bit deeper. What I keep thinking, and as you're talking about it, and I'm thinking, like, man, you know what the crazy thing is? That we're talking about a bunch of 4 and 5 starters
Right.
that are performing at a 2, 3 level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say a number
Easily.
one or even ace, but they're and it's like all 5 of them are performing at a 3 and better level, right? Obviously, Seng is performing as a number one,
Yes.
borderline ace.
Yeah.
You know, Griffin Canning, dude, this guy's a solid number 2 right now.
He's great.
If
He's
not,
great.
be ace, right?
Bro.
And if
Every
we're gonna
time
look
I
about,
watch
if
him,
we're gonna look at numbers and what he's doing out there on the mound, I can only
bro.
go by that.
And you know what? Another thing too, what I like about Griffin Canning, he has command. Like he has command of the game. When he has the ball, you
Yes,
feel like you're in the game with
yes,
him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not going out there throwing bad pitches. He's not, even if he does make a mistake here and there, he comes right back and he goes right at the guy. He's not walking a million guys at the. He's a very good pitcher. One of the best pickups they had all year, man. But he
absolutely.
might be Stearns' best pickup because this guy, I mean, again, the problem with last year was he threw too many fastballs. That was what the problem. I think he led the league in fastballs thrown, something like that. He was the worst pitcher, I think, of earned run and all that, like amongst like all the categories and stats. I believe he was the worst starting pitcher in baseball. But we got him here. We told him what he's got to throw and what he's got to work on. He's got that kick change. It's a nice pitch, man. I love it. I'm starting to really like this guy, and I trust him. And that's to me what the biggest thing is. I trust the guy. Whereas Tyler McGill, I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Yeah, no. Listen, and something you said made me think about even going back to spring training, Eddie. And we don't like to make a big deal about spring training and stuff like that. And I say spring training is different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the veterans just come in and put in their time, get in shape, whatever the hell it is, maybe work on some tweaks, whatever. Point is, watching Griffin Canning in spring training, one thing that stood out to me, one thing that impressed me, one thing that I came away from spring training, a thought was like, man, what did you say? He's I forget what you said, but
Command?
yeah, like he seems confident up there, like he
Yeah.
seems in control. He seems like I don't want to
Like
say
he's in
arrogant.
control.
Yeah, like not arrogant because he seems, but like he's gonna go after dudes. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna fight, and you're gonna beat him. You're gonna have to beat him because you went to battle against this guy. And it's played out like that. We've seen that, man. Like you just said. No, I really like Griffin Canning, and I think it's only a 1-year deal for him, right? That
Yeah.
guy's
Yeah.
gonna get
I
he's
think
gonna do
there
pretty well
might
for
be an
himself.
option in there somewhere. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Might be an option. I got to double check.
I haven't
But what a
looked at it,
find!
but
What a find!
he yeah, listen, who would have thought, right? But it's like I saw somebody that somebody posted in the last couple of days, like people forget that he was on the Angels, and the
Yeah.
Angels have done bad with pitching for a while now. You know what I'm saying? So he just needed to get the hell out of there. Um, it doesn't look like he has an option though. Just see 1-year
Is
deal.
this a 1-year deal?
Yeah.
Maybe.
What
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm confused with. Um. Okay, it's a 1-year deal then. Okay.
and a steal of a 1-year deal.
Four point
You
five million, bro.
you 4.5, 4.2. Four,
4.2 million.
yeah, 425.
Oh my god, that bro.
Dude,
Do you
you
know
who
what a
who
good
who who
contract it is, Hector?
who like to get into all that nonsense? What would be the value that he's pitching at
Oh,
right
right
now?
now he's like a 20 fucking plus $1 million pitcher.
Exactly.
Bro, I mean, are we kidding me? This guy's a fucking borderline ace. Going
Insane.
out here every single game. He
Insane.
keeps you in the game. And then, like, when he gets into trouble, he gets out of it. He'll induce a ground ball. He'll get a big strikeout. He's not walking the ballpark. Bro, when he's out there, again, certain guys have that command of a game. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say he's got that, Jacob DeGrom, like, command of a game, but he's got like sort of like a Mike. You remember Mike Messina back in the game, back in the day? Excuse me, back in the game. Like Mike Messina, he wasn't like the best pitcher in the world, but he's a Hall of Famer. But like he was never considered like this great guy. But every time he came out and pitched, he always kept you in that game. He always had command. He always had that confidence and that like that sort of like that just that he's not intense. I want to say intense, but he's got like sort of this quiet, calm demeanor where you just see him pitch and you know you're in the game with him. Like he's going to give you 5-6 innings. He's not going to give you a million pitches. He's going to get through. He's just an efficient pitcher right now, and it's great to see. It's great. What a fucking he's a steal. He's a steal at 4.2 million. Stealing.
Agreed. It's too bad. Maybe they should try to talk extension with him. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's David Stearns MO and stuff like that. I mean, I was talking this last year with like Severino, like, yo, maybe we should try to talk an extension with Severino and keep him around. And maybe they should have, maybe they shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is, Heck? I don't know if these guys like doing it in season though. Do they? I mean, everybody wants to get their bread, but
everybody's different though.
Yeah.
You guys act like nobody does this. We see just in March, I mean, early April, we saw a bunch of extensions go down. You know what I'm saying? Like this happens. It's just a matter. Does the team approach them?
Yeah.
A lot of the times it has to come from the team. I don't think the player is gonna go out and say, "Hey, give me an extension."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that really happens too much. Maybe a veteran, maybe I don't know.
I mean,
think
but
it's a team.
just Heck, look at like the guys Stearns has brought in, and like look at like how much like they're different pitchers. Like Sean Manaea, right? You played catch with the guy. This guy was like a number 4, an afterthought. This guy came here. He was probably our best pitcher last year, from start to finish.
Yeah.
The guy was getting Ohtani out like it was nothing. And now we got guys like Griffin Canning here. He's a guy that's just coming here, and every single time he walks out to the mound, you know you're going to get a good start. It's nice to see. And for all these people on Twitter saying we got no pitching, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Steve's got a ton of pitching. We got a ton. And our guys aren't even healthy yet.
No, for sure. Damn, I just lost my train of thought with that text there because I was gonna say something. Ah, crap, man.
Well, we were talking about the extensions and in-season extensions and shit like that. And then I went off on
there it is. No. Because no. See, I was gonna say, as much as I may want to, and I'm one of the few. Like even with a guy like Pete Alonso, right? But let's just stick to the pitching right now before we upset some people.
Exactly. Let's stay on topic.
I can say, yo, maybe we should talk about giving Griffin Kennedy an extension and all that stuff. But if you're David Stearns, why? Why don't I continue to doing what I'm doing? And eventually, people say, eventually the other shoe's gonna drop. Eventually, he's gonna run out of the magic touch, the magic whatever. But he's been doing it. This is how he built his career, is by finding guys, whatever the case may be. And now he did it here. And my whole thing is, okay, you did that. It's like even early. I think it was either yesterday or earlier today. I forget where I saw they were talking about Pete Alonso. Was it on MLB Network? It may have been on SNY.
Okay.
But Pete Alonso, not necessarily an extension, but just giving him a contract at the end of the year and what it's going to take. And it's like what we were talking about. And it's probably going to be about 5 years or so, 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
along those lines.
I
And
think it's easy
they
5 years.
even said, like I said before, they should have gave him the damn deal before. They should have gave him the deal before. And I'll say it again for everybody that says, why would the Mets do that now when they can wait? Is because it's going to cost you more.
Yeah.
And I know you can afford it. But are we really talking like what I don't understand is right? If you didn't want to give Pete Alonso a contract before because you were afraid of him aging, not aging well,
Right.
whatever the case may be, you didn't want to overpay him. The market said this, Hector, whatever it was. What do you think is going to happen now? And that's what I never understood. And even now, you may have a chance to get. I'm not gonna say he's gonna give you a super hometown discount, but maybe you get a little bit of a better deal without having to go out there and compete with anybody.
Right.
And still, people don't want to do that. To end up having to give him even a worse contract than you wanted to give him in the first place.
Right.
It makes no sense to me. It makes no
Well,
sense to me. But as far
well,
as the pitching, what I was gonna say is I don't know if I said it, and you can respond to Peter Alonso whatever you want. I can see. Well, I did say it. I can see why David Stearns would say, "No, I'm not going to give Griffin Canning an extension. I'll go find the next Griffin Canning."
so look again. What is it? 7, 8 starts, whatever it's been. The guy to me, every time he takes the mound, I know we got a shot to win the game. We have like a 75% chance to win the game, and that's all I could ask for. And again, I trust him, and I'm a very untrustful. As again, I'm a beleaguered Met fan, just like you. We've been through all these years and all these bad contracts. Look, just continue to go out and get the job done. And you know what happens at the end of the season? What happens? It happens. What I would say to you, Hector, is maybe we should think about giving some of these young guys extensions. That's
That
where
too, no, of
that's
course,
where
that
you
too.
save big bucks. Because that's what Atlanta did. And maybe they're all not going to work out. But if half of them do, you're in the driver's seat, bro. Like I would think about Alvy, talking about an extension with Alvy. I'd be talking about an extension with Acuna, with Baty, with Vientos. I'd have them all come to the table, because if it works out with 3 or 4 of them, and let's say one of them don't work out, you just saved like $300 million
Right.
easily, easily. And I'm gonna say this guy Vientos, and of course I'm going all over the place. No, excuse me. This guy Vientos,
It's the
for
real.
whatever reason, Baty comes up here and Baty does well. Vientos, I'm telling you, Baty lights a fire underneath Vientos' ass. I'm telling you. Because every fucking time we bring him back up, or he got sent down or some shit, bro, Baty does well, and then the next thing Vientos is fucking is taken off. So it's funny.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is that there is like a friendly competition amongst them. You know what I'm saying? They-
It's probably a real
not-
competition.
yeah, but they're friends. Like there's no
Yeah,
negativity. You hear Mendoza talk about it, you see it within them. They're always rooting for each other. One of them does something, the other one is just equally excited as if he did it. It's fun to watch. And listen, man, to me, Vientos already had won that job, whatever. I still think he should be the man at third base. I think right now, Brett Baty could be that lefty DH that Jesse Winker's not here. I even said that back in spring training.
you did.
Like, yo, listen, let Baty come in here and try to build his value, but he has an opportunity to wrestle at bats away from Jesse Winker. And even starting Marte, he could go ahead and become the regular DH and let Marte just give him a break every now and then. But it's on
Yo,
him. But right now, he should at least, at minimum, be that lefty DH. You want to give him one game a week at third base? I get it. but my guy Swaggy V is back, and I don't even like using them nicknames, but I'll use it for Swaggy V.
Swaggy. So
I was calling him Swagless V for a while. Shout out to my
yeah.
guy Joel. I think he came up with that. Or I don't know if it
Well,
was
yo,
Vince.
every
Wait,
time,
Mike.
did you agree with that though?
With
Do you
what?
agree that there might be something to that
With Swagless V? Oh no, the Yeah,
with
yeah,
Baty
of
and
course.
Vientos?
To him maybe feeling the pressure. Yeah, well, sure, sure, sure.
So
There's nothing
just
wrong with that.
I think it was and I
At
think
least
it
he's
was
not.
either
At least he's
Wells
not.
or
At least he's not crumbling under pressure.
right. So
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to answer the chat. They say, "Oh
Well,
no,
I'm gonna
Eddie
say
wants
right
to."
now we've been neglecting the chat. There's so many damn messages. I was gonna try to go through them, but if you saw something, go ahead.
No, because I just because I want to stay on topic. One of people said now Eddie wants to give Beatty an extension. The thought behind it is if you get these guys, let's say you get all of them, you sign all of them, bro. You're not giving them $100 million deals. You're giving them somewhere in like the 50s and the 60s. If they sign that and then they go out and fucking, prove their worth, bro. You again, like I said, you're saving millions on millions, and they don't all have to work out. That's
Right.
why I'm throwing that out there.
You steal a couple of years from them, but it doesn't have to be with all of them either. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Um, but that's the good thing is that we have someone in charge that is more than competent enough to be able to go out there and figure out which guys to trade, excuse me, which guys to keep and which guys to broach an extension with. I know Vientos is open to it. He's talked
Oh,
about it.
100%.
I'm not so sure Alvarez was open to it at one point. I'm not so sure he'll be so open to it now with the way that he's playing because he'd probably have to give the Mets a discount, and I'm not sure that he'd want to do that. I think I agree. I forget who made the comment, but I don't think I want to give Brad Beatty an extension.
But I know it's so early to even talk that. But it is in the back of my mind. If he turns into something, think about it. Just something to think about. Just something to table. We ain't talking about doing it now, but something to table because look at the Braves and what they did with Acuna and Riley and Albies. They got steals at all those guys, man. Steals.
My bad. I just saw the chat and I'm gonna have to skip all the way over here because my guy Junior always comes with the zingers.
What does he got?
And he says Swagness
Magnus
V,
V.
Teflon Juan. Heck with all these nicknames proves that he really doesn't like these Mets. I love the Mets. I love the Mets, but hey, I just tell it how it is and how I feel at the moment. And for a while, come on, we do watch alongs. We do these shows. We will all talk about what the hell is up with Mark Vientos. There was no swag. He was swagless V.
Yeah.
Now the swaggy's coming back. Teflon Juan, for those who don't understand, it's because you can't criticize this guy. If you
Yep.
criticize him, the defenders come out right away and they shoot you down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this guy has Kevlar around him. Teflon
Yeah.
Juan. You can't criticize him. But listen, Teflon Juan better start hitting with runners in scoring position is all I know.
No. Well,
You know what
I
I mean?
think I saw a stat, and I think he's up there with as far as May goes. He's leading the league in a lot of categories. So
As far as May goes, he's leading the league as far as a lot of categories.
there
But
we go.
with runners in scoring positions, no bueno. No bueno.
So what is that? Runners in scoring position.
He has I mean
Yeah, so correct? I'm a little confused in the stat.
yeah, I'm a little confused with it too. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Um I had actually posted it myself before today's game. Before today's game, I had actually posted because I had looked it up and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But everybody's gonna throw me the OPS. You're throwing to me May and all of this good nonsense. It is what it is.
Well,
Here
you
we
know
go.
what though, heck, you got to do. Look, I could see just from watching him, man, that the bat speed's coming around. The eye is there; it's been there the whole time, but the bat speed's coming around, and I think that's been the most important thing for him. The bat speed. That's where he's been like looking fooled, looking late. I'm starting to see now that bat speed come around, and he's starting to look like Juan Soto now. So we'll see. I'm again. I haven't criticized him the way you have, but I understand and I'm with it. I'm with exactly where you are with him, calling him Teflon. I do think he gets a lot of breaks from the fans. He does. I think he gets a lot of, he doesn't get the treatment that the other players do. So I agree with your Teflon assessment.
Now here it is. Can you see this?
I can, but I have not the greatest eyes.
Jesus. See if I can make it a little bit bigger for you. How's that?
There we go.
You want more?
No, that's even better. There we go. There we go. All right, so read it off to us, Heck.
All right. No, well, I had to put the disclaimer out there first, right? I have all the faith in the world that Juan Soto will be what we expect. However, I continue to be underwhelmed with what we've seen so far. And the people come after me. I don't give a damn, though.
Now, that's a fair statement.
With runners and scoring precision. With runners and scoring precision. Yeah. But some people interpret that as, oh, Juan Soto sucks. He's never going to be anything.
No.
And it's like, come on. He is 5 for 34 with a 147 batting average. Who cares?
That is terrible.
262 on base percentage. 10 RBIs. 10 RBIs. I give him that. 8 base on balls, 7 strikeouts, a double, and a home run.
Base is empty.
You gonna tell me that's good?
No. I'm not gonna tell you it's good. It's horrendous.
You know what I'm saying? Now with bases empty, he's phenomenal. 28 for 82, 341 average, 438 on base, 7 RBIs. Not that many RBIs. 14 base on balls, 13 strikeouts, 5 doubles, 7 home runs.
I think everything you said is fair. That's fair game. 147 with runners in scoring position is absolutely deadly. Deadly. Especially
and not deadly in a good way.
It's deadly. It is bad. It is not in a good way. It is deadly in a bad way. Now, look, let's see. Let's see what he can do.
Well, like I say to end it, the run where he carries us is going to be tremendous. I just wanted to get here already. I'm impatient. I admit it. I'm impatient. I'm at these games.
At least
we talked about that Saturday night game. He could have changed that game.
Yes.
He could have changed that game.
He was up in the 9th inning, I believe, wasn't he? And he made the last out. I think he made the last out.
Yes.
That's where I would have liked to see us tie the game. Shout out to Brett Baty, by the way, on that game.
Exactly. And that was my recap was saying exactly that. Brett Baty tried, but he couldn't do it by himself.
No. Others were,
And I always tell you, it's not that I want Juan Soto. My bad. It's not that I want Juan Soto to hit home runs, but in certain situations, give me the damn home run right there. We could have used the home run, tie the game. You know what I mean? And it's not to pick on Juan Soto. It's just talking about how we feel, about how things are playing out.
Bro, Hector, the stats don't fucking lie. We're not. You just backed up your take with stats. So if you're gonna feel a way, then you're not being. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to fans. If you're gonna feel a way, then you're just a homer. That's the facts. 5 for 34. That is fucking terrible.
Right.
It's bad.
Yep. What's up, George, man? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Hopefully we can support him, but let's get it going, Soto. We are absolutely gonna support him. I'll be there supporting him tomorrow. And every time I'm there, I'm like, let's go. When he goes to hit, I get up. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do this. I've told you guys he has this song in Spanish. It goes perreo, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, let's go. Let's perrear. Perreo, how can I translate that?
Let's go.
Huh?
Let's go.
No, but Perreo's basically him doing the shuffle. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it's when you fucking with you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
yo,
what?
let's go.
That's a question for you. Where the fuck did the shuffle go? Where is that guy that was
He's not
so
feeling it yet.
confident he'd be staring the guy in the fucking eyes and saying, "Guess what? I'm gonna put this next pitch in the fucking yard." All right,
Yep.
where is that guy? Because I haven't seen him.
There we go.
I've seen glimpses, but
Perreo's
I
like
haven't
showing
seen the guy.
cockiness. It's like being cocky. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah,
it is. And we're not.
confidence.
Yeah, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that. But before that, I did want to go here because I was thinking about this guy earlier. And he says, watch him go off on the Yankees. I hope so. But D Rose, what is it that D Rose says that we have enough killer instinct for you this weekend, D Rose? Oh, not yet. No killer instinct. Talk to me, kid. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I like D Rose because he goes at us, we go at him, but he comes back. Just like my guy M Easy. I like people like that. Don't take shit personal. We all come here to give our unfiltered opinions, our blunt opinions, whatever the hell it is. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I know Eddie does too.
Of course.
Perreo, again, thank you, Carlos. Swag. You know what I'm saying? All of that. It's all of that. It's cockiness, it's swag. But it's more cockiness, but it's more like damn, like challenging, like daring you, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, bring it, you know what I'm saying? I dare you, you know what I'm saying? When he like it's
Bro,
like when he
just
doesn't
do
shuffle.
it. Just
What's that?
fucking do it.
Yeah. And that's what I say. Every time I hear the song, I'm like, let's go, let's do that.
By the way, I sent the link to the person we talked about, so we might have a special guest. Just throwing it out there.
Okay. Yes, sir. We'll wait till he gets here. Um, let's see. I want to get like
Let's keep it going. Let's keep the
no.
combo
We
going.
gotta keep it going. I'm trying to. It's a lot of comments, so I want to recognize the people. You know, I like to recognize the people. Shout out to my guy Ant. Shout out to my guy Ant. I hit that podcast. I went out there to check out these guys last Tuesday. You should
Oh,
check it out.
Subway to Cheyenne?
No, man. I'd hit that podcast. Somebody say is
My bad.
Subway to Shay. What's wrong with you?
Every time I hear Ant, I automatically
know.
go Subway to Shay.
That's Anthony.
That's my
They're
guy.
both Anthony. But I went up there up to West Bubblefuck, to the studio with these guys that did their show, man. Had tons of fun. I'll send you the link so you can check it out. Damn, what I was gonna say, something about that, but actually, there's your plug. And I need to share it myself and post it on X. I'm horrible, but I've been busy. But yeah. My guy Junior says Happy Mother's Day, so let's bring that back. Players for Terrence. I missed Terrence got hit in the Jules, didn't he?
Yes.
Is that what happened today, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was bad.
But I knew it. I knew it.
That was bad. He had to come out of the game.
No doubt, D-Rails. But you said it. Let's not waste time before we go on because there's a topic that I'm sure he's gonna want to get involved with pretty soon. But we got somebody here who does his own thing. You want to do the honors. He's your guest. You do the honors. I mean, he's both.
This is my man. One of my young Padawans. You know, one of my guys always comes on my Knicks stuff with me, and me and him have done. He was when I did my watch along the other night. He was kind enough to join me. So, without further ado, one of the young men in the Mets community, my guy Top Bunks here, baby.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Yo, what up, my guy? And listen, no disrespect, guys. I wasn't my bad, Top. I wasn't expecting Top. So I'm trying to find something here where we're all equal size. I don't mean to be the big guy here, but see if I do this, it won't let me bring Top on.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Looking nice. Look at this.
What's going on? What's going on?
The game today?
Nah, I actually sold my ticket because I was taking my mom's out and for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you fellas and everybody else, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Happy Mother's Day to your mom. Actually, yeah, I did see that pic. I did see that pic earlier, real quick, while I was scrolling through to see if I could gather information, and I saw that real quick. Yeah, no doubt.
That's man.
So what's going on? Ask him the Soto question?
What was the Soto question? I didn't
Well, I
forget.
mean, we put up the fucking numbers, and I
Well,
mean,
no, yeah, man. Listen, we're just talking about Soto, and everybody wants to give me that he's doing great in May, and his overall numbers obviously look a little bit better now
nah,
than they were.
your tweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't know if you saw this top, but I have posted this. This is gonna. Let me see if I could do it here. I don't know if this is gonna
So we're doing this
work.
all on the fly, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me see. Can I add my guy top on this one? Yes, here it goes. I don't know if you can see this right top. So I have posted this a
Mhm.
couple of days ago because and only because I only had time to do him. I know he's not the only one. As a team,
Mhm.
we're horrible with runners in scoring position, but he's the
Mhm.
main guy, and he's the guy that frustrates me the most because he's my guy. He's De Lo Mio. We wanted this guy, and we want to see him shine. But
Mhm.
when you look at these numbers in running position, what do you think, bro? 5 for 34, 140. You see it, 147 average, 262 on base percentage, 10 RBIs, which I can't, you know what I'm saying? 8 base on ball, 7 strikeouts, 1 double, 1 home run. Compared to his numbers when there's nobody on base and he's Superman. 341 average, 430 on
Fucking
base,
Lucas Duda.
28 for 82, all that good stuff. What are your thoughts, I guess, on Lindor and how the season's gone, and my thoughts here, my feelings on him just having to be better. And listen, we know he's going to be, like I said in the post, I have all the faith in the world he's going to be what we expect. I'm just, a little underwhelmed right now. I
I
think
mean, again, top 5 for 34, and we just finished saying this. That is fucking horrendous. Horrendous. You know
Yeah.
it. You fucking know it. I can tell by the laugh. I can tell by the laugh. You fucking know it. Now, you might not want to go in on him, but I'm going to fucking tell him. I'm going to fucking keep it a bit. That is fucking terrible, brother. Terrible.
I don't know if we necessarily have to go in on him, but
Um.
I just think we have to be honest.
Fuck that.
Listen, I personally, to me, it's one of those things where it is bad. There's no way to sugarcoat it. But I know what the type of player that Juan Soto is. Seen what the kid has done in his rookie season, see what he's done with the Nationals. I've seen the type of player that he was in San Diego, and I saw what he could do for the Yankees. In my opinion, whether Yankee fans like it or not, he's the main reason why they made it to the World Series. Without him, I don't think they would have gotten there. Um,
Yes,
I
absolutely.
I I personally think he's just going through a little bit of an inconsistent patch, and all players go through that. The thing with him is that I like the fact that he wears his emotion on his sleeve. He knows that he's struggling with runners in scoring position, and he's showing his frustration. The problem is that fans are looking at it from a whole different perspective, and they're looking at it from a standpoint of, yo, he doesn't care. Yo, he seems unhappy. Yo, he doesn't seem like he wants to be here. When that's not the case, the
That's
brother
bullshit.
understands that he's done a lot in his past career, and he's done enough to show that I'm to say that I'm the best player in baseball besides Aaron Judge. I'm coming to a new team. I'm struggling. I'm not giving him an excuse, but everybody's human. Everybody's gonna struggle. We were giving Lindor fucking shit for 3 years for struggling in April and May. Just because he's getting paid $765 million does not mean that the brother can't struggle. He's a human being. Now, do I have confidence that come middle of May going into June and July, he's going to turn it up? Absolutely. Because
Same.
adjustments are going to be made, and it takes time to adapt to those adjustments, and it's going to be a whole new thing for him. But at the same time, like I said, he's a human being. He's struggling. I understand that it's coming at a time where, he needs to come through and with runners in scoring position. But like I said, it's just one of those moments where it's like, dude, not everything is gonna fall on your path. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, Hector, you were at the game. This brother had fouled off 2 pitches that were right in the zone. That Juan Soto's always on time, and he's gonna rip one in the gap or he's gonna take one over the fence. that's just that's just him struggling. That's just him being early. That's just him. Sometimes he's late to certain pitches. He's not going through that. He's not gonna go through that. Like, he's gonna make his adjustments and he's gonna find his way. So as of right now, I really it is unfortunate, but I don't have no reason to kill him.
It's fucking terrible, but you got faith. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think one thing that Top said, and I don't even say it, but what he's alluding to is that he's human. He's human, and I think sometimes we've seen that, like he said, he's early on pitches because I think he gets a little anxious, and he wants to come through. I know he wants to come through. You know what I'm saying? And I have all the faith in the world in him too. And like I said in my post, look how I ended my post. Top, the run when he carries us is gonna be tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get here already. That's all. I know he's gonna carry us, and it's gonna be fucking.
Guys,
I'm gonna be insane. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get here. But the good thing is, tell him, Eddie. Tell him what the good thing is, Eddie. You better don't let me down. What did we talk about before the show? Tell him what the good thing is. I could come here and I could bitch about Juan Soto, but Eddie, tell him.
You're putting a little pressure on me. I don't know what the fuck.
What have you been telling me? Keep winning series.
Keep winning series. Keep fucking winning.
Won 2 series in a row. We're 26-15. So
we got the third best in baseball. Third best winning percentage in baseball. That's all that fucking matters. Mm-hmm. We keep winning, and our best player isn't even fucking doing that well. Just wait.
Exactly.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Till he does. Because you're all fucked. And I mean, all the other National League teams, you're fucked. Once we start winning, it's over. Well, not winning. Once they start hitting. And they're going to fucking hit.
Right. That's why I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. The mentality is there. Like, he's been, the brother literally carried the Nationals to a fucking World Series. Like, if there's nothing he can't do, he's not worried about this shit. Like, come on. My only thing is, and I'm sure he can handle it. I think the most he'll probably be worried about is coming next week when you got to play right field in the Bronx. So you got those Yankee fans heckling him.
He's gonna light them the fuck up.
That's like the only thing where he'd be like, "Yo."
He's gonna light them up.
I think that's gonna be like the final straw. Like, that's gonna be the tipping point, because he's finally gonna be able to let go of the Yankees, because the fans. I hope the Yankee fans don't let me down. They're gonna let him hear it, right?
What?
When they start booing his ass, and that's when he's gonna realize, okay, I'm really on the other side.
Maybe we get shuffled back.
After what I did for you last year, you're gonna boo me when your boy Aaron Judge didn't show up in the playoffs, and you're gonna boo me.
And I'll be honest with you, neither he didn't show up in like, of course he had a 3-run homer to get them over Cleveland, to advance them. He didn't really, he had a home run in game 2 of the World Series, but he wasn't on fire. But he did certain things, unlike Aaron Judge, where Aaron Judge was just ice cold, and you were still trying to figure out, where the fuck is my captain at? It's been like that since Aaron Judge has been a Yankee. Like, that's the situation with that I have, is like, y'all shit on a guy who. Not even that. Like, people always talk about, these athletes are gonna take the money because they're gonna take the money. You do realize he has a family and a town to fucking support in Dominican Republic, right? Like, this is life changing for motherfuckers like him. They're like, what is he gonna just walk away? Like, no. And
go ahead.
Yeah, no.
He's not I'm gonna address this fucking asshole.
This guy Eddie killing Soto, but no wants to give Baty a 6-year extension.
Killing Soto. I'm killing Soto because he's 5 for fucking 34 with runners in scoring position. That's killing him, or is that just the fact? Do you live by facts, or no? We just live in your own delusional fucking mind. And then when I said give players extensions, I said maybe it's time to start thinking about giving younger player extensions, like Acuna, like Vientos, possibly fucking Baty and fucking Alvin. Did I sit here and say give a 6-year fucking deal to fucking Brett Baty? No. So you're lying and you're talking shit. So put things in context, and if you can fucking use my name, use it the fucking right way.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you, Eddie.
Hold on. I said 6-year extension. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't say that.
I wouldn't even give Alvarez and Vientos an extension.
But what I'm saying is this. If these guys start showing you something, right?
Oh, absolutely.
If they do, and they're willing to come to the table for like these 50, $60 million deals, like exactly what the Braves did with Acuna, Albies, and Riley.
Well,
Bro,
Acuna, I
those
was gonna say
contracts
earlier,
are
Eddie. I'm sorry.
fucking steals.
My bad.
Steals.
Right.
And we can even be talking about Pete. You could put Pete into this conversation too.
Right.
I was gonna say earlier though, Acuna did get $100 million. Now I don't
He
know
did,
if
yeah.
any of these guys,
over like fucking 20 years.
it was 10 years, 100 million.
Bro, he got nothing.
But you know, the reason why I didn't say it earlier because I was like, I don't know if any of these guys is on Acuna's level, right? Acuna got that deal. What I think it was his first year, that he came up. If not,
I think it was the
year.
second. Yeah, I think it was the second.
Maybe, it might have been the second year. I'm not sure if any of these guys are quite at that level, but at the same time.
Oh, and they gave the center fielder, right? He got an extension too.
Mike Harris?
Mike Harris does. Too, right? I think they locked up everybody.
Yeah, they do that. They do that also. They do that. I don't have a problem.
It might have. Yeah,
I don't have a problem with it. I always suggest that I don't have a problem with it. What I was gonna say is the numbers have actually also gone up, so you may have to go a little bit higher than you're thinking, but it's relative to the times that we are right now.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't have a problem with it. I actually would embrace it. I would embrace it, and I think a good organization does that. And I think someone like David Stern should be able to, like, listen, and I was gonna say this before. I understand David Stearns doesn't like signing the 30-year-old player. I started talking about this before as it relates to Peter Alonso. That was a conversation that they were having. But also, this was out of necessity because he couldn't really do that in Milwaukee because he might handcuff himself. You understand what I'm saying? So now you can do that here.
You got to be sure.
The resources to be able to go and make that deal. So we'll see. But it's a matter of, I've said this before, my bad, Top. I've said this before. It's a matter of him finally getting comfortable with that as well, right? And then finding the players that he's willing to take that chance with. And may or may not be Pete. Yo, Top, we were talking about before you came in. This is how the extension conversation really started. Because my crazy ass, it wasn't even Pete. My crazy ass said, yo, Griffin Canning. How about we try to extend that motherfucker?
Hey, I mean, that is my problem. And not that you guys are wrong. I can understand that because listen, he's making the pitching lab look even greater than we already knew what it was. Right. But the thing is with me is see, this is my thing with Manaea. When Manaea comes back, is Manaea going to be close to what he was last year?
Let's hope so.
Canning is on a first year new team and it's working out. Who's to say that it happens again? And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm never negative. Y'all never see me be negative. But again, when it comes to pitching, there's a reason why I like Eddie. There's a reason why Stearns is not. I've seen Eddie go worse. That's nothing compared to what I've seen.
Yeah. Shout out to one of my nephews. Shout out to one of my nephews.
I've just there's a reason why he doesn't like giving long-term deals. And there's a reason why he kind of like getting these like how do you say these not washed up, but these pitchers that their numbers don't look great, but they can shove. So it's like if he can duplicate that. And if you give him a 2-year deal and he could duplicate that again and give you something close, I'm fine with it. That's why Manaea was so intrigued to see him coming into this year if he could duplicate what he did last year or just even close. Because it's like, damn, like they actually changed this dude. Because when he was in San Diego and he was in San Francisco, he wasn't consistent. Like everybody was wondering, like, what the hell was going to happen to Sean Manaea? He comes in here and he's an ace. He was ace caliber for us. So. He was
getting Ohtani out like it was nothing.
It's going to be
like it was nothing.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do because not only do you have that situation, but then you got to go into a situation. Eddie, my cheeks hurt from laughing pre-show.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
I tell everybody, Tom. I like to do this sometimes just to say hello to people because we can't say hello to everybody. So I just pop comments that just to say
I,
hello to them, and sometimes they're funny, so I pop them
I'll
up.
tell
But you're a
I'll tell
professional, bro. You just go right. You keep right on
no,
going, right?
no, you're good.
Good
I'll
job.
tell you something right now. If the Knicks lose tomorrow and he does a late night space tomorrow,
Oh God.
get ready because Eddie's gonna flip the fuck
Oh
out.
God. Please no.
So just
Please,
I'm
let's
just
speak
saying.
with the Mets right now. I
But
got to keep my
I'm
head
just
in.
saying. Right,
I
right,
got to keep
right.
my head in a
We're
safe
we worry
space.
about that tomorrow. We worry about that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I can't be doing that shit.
The
Oh,
just
soup, fucking hypocrite. Yeah, I'm a fucking hypocrite. I tore your argument down like the fucking fool you are, bro.
yo, bro. Um,
You
You
know,
put words in my mouth.
you know why I'm doing this? Because
oh
I'm in
my
a great
god.
mood tonight. I
Because
know
I
you
said,
two.
let's give Baty a 6-year extension. No, that's you lying. It's a
Um,
difference.
in
And
terms of in terms of
I crashed
Doing
out on
this, Eddie.
Soto. No, I simply mentioned his fucking statistics. Yeah, okay.
in terms of the extension, I think David Stern's got to be careful with just throwing extensions around, especially to guys like Vientos and Alvarez. Not because they're not good. I love those guys. I think they're phenomenal players. I think they haven't even reached their prime yet. I think they're going to be scary. Just consistency. You know what I'm saying? Mark Vientos has kind of slowed down a little bit, and I kind of give him a pass for that because I feel like the lineup changes kind of will fuck them up. But Alvarez, we're kind of sitting like, damn, what the fuck, man? Alvarez is kind of he's kind of like we haven't really seen consistency from him like that yet. So he's one that I kind of be careful with. But they're in
I'm
the
with you
driver's
on
seat with
that
that.
too. I agree.
I
I
love him.
mean,
Like I said, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna do anything. I wouldn't do anything in terms of trying to move him because I think that you hurt him even more. You diminish him. But you at some point he's got to find consistency, man. Because it's like he's a great catcher. Any team would kill to have that kid, especially with the type of vibes that he brings. And he has power, dude. He just hasn't found it yet. And again, I don't like to use the early excuse, but that's how baseball is, man. Hector, you play
yeah.
softball. I've played baseball up until high school. Sometimes when you struggle, dude, it's frustrating, but it's just getting momentum. And once you get momentum, there's nothing like it. I mean, look at Lindor. Lindor's on a momentum
Yeah.
right now that it's gonna get him an all-star finally. He won't be
Thank God.
disrespected. But you like to see that. You like to see his momentum now because imagine if he was due for a contract after this season, how much money he would get paid. So think about that. So again, he's in his prime right now, and with these young kids, all they could do is just follow and just keep working, man. There's nothing you can't really complain about. Like look at Vientos went 2 for 4 today. You're hoping that if they keep him as in a DH or if they have him play, third base once in a while, that he could just be in that lineup more with Brett Baty and just continue just to develop, man. He's a fastball killer, and he's what he showed last year, bro. He's here to stay. Like he's proven that he could play in the
Before
majors.
you hopped on, Top, I said to Heck, I said every time Baty comes up here, it lights a
Mhm,
fire under this fucking guy. Like,
mhm.
like whatever reason, whatever it does, bro, every time Baty's up here, this fucking guy goes out and hits. So I think there's like
Yeah,
a real, like, he's like, yo, you're not stealing my fucking job at third base. And it's great because both of them are now competing and hitting, and this
yeah,
might put McNeil out of the lineup. That's
yeah.
what this potentially could do.
I
It
mean,
might move McNeil out. So whatever, we
yeah.
keep winning, and that's all that fucking matters.
I don't like calling for people's jobs, man. But McNeil, I'm starting to grow gray hairs with that brother, bro. I'm I'm
Don't
I'm
tell
starting to
Hector
get
that.
I'm getting pissed the fuck
Hector's
off,
not
dude.
doing with McNeil yet.
Dude, I
No,
listen, I
listen. I think
bro.
McNeil should be traded because of this, because of how the fan base feels
Yeah.
about him. Honestly,
What
you know what I'm saying? But like he actually hasn't been horrible.
No, he
If we
hasn't.
talk about numbers, he hasn't been horrible. But I get it. People are done with McNeil, and he's brought that upon himself.
yeah.
Bro,
I've been
you know
trying to
what?
defend him.
If he's in the outfield right now, who cares? Like I don't mind him playing the outfield.
If he's playing if he's
Just
playing left field, yeah. But
right.
if they're trying to move him to right field or center field, I
Yeah.
after what I saw when he was playing left center field, I was done. I was like, hell no, Mendy,
I
don't
thought he'd be able to
money
pull it
done.
off, bro. I thought he
Nah,
was going to be able to pull it off, but then I
nah.
watched it and I was like, yeah,
It,
this shit ain't
it
going to
did. Yeah, it hurt my eyes, bro. It hurt my eyes.
Um, listen, my bad. I left this comment up because I wasn't asking you guys a question because it's something I even talked about. I thought about before the show that I was going to ask Eddie. Um, and is as it pertains to this, if these guys get healthy, if Manai gets healthy, if Montas gets healthy, da 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 da, and this stuff always takes care of itself, whether it be by production or lack thereof, injuries, God forbid, fingers crossed, or whatever the case may be. But thinking too far ahead or whatever, who do you guys think we should put in the bullpen when we get this problem that we have all these arms available to start? I had someone tell me at the game last night that David Peterson should go in the bullpen, obviously because of the lefty. So we can
Okay.
have a lefty in the bullpen. Um,
I
and I
I think
that
off the top
exactly
of
what
my
I
head,
did. Exactly what I did. Top like I don't
Nah,
know.
bro.
Like I'm looking for
off
Nah,
this
the
guy to be like a
nah, bro.
anchor
off
in
the
the
top of my
rotation.
head, it's got to be McGill. Like McGill, it just makes the most sense.
That's
And,
what I was gonna say.
and maybe
Yeah,
we could turn him into his brother. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he thrives in that role because again, out of all our starting pitchers, he's been the most inconsistent one, and he's been good. Like he hasn't even been terrible. He's been good. Like he's obviously not their best, but he's the worst of the starting five. I have to say, but the Peterson idea in the bullpen is not the worst idea in the world because we do need a lefty and he's clutch and he's another guy that if he goes out there, he'll give you 2 innings, no problem. Like he could close
yeah,
games for you. So
yeah,
it's something to think. They're gonna be smart about it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Blackburn, I
Uh,
think my guy Intellectual, dime a ver, manito. He says Blackburn. I think that's a given. I think that's a given that
Yeah,
Blackburn
I
is
yeah,
don't
going
I
to
think
the
know.
it's
bullpen. That's
automatic.
why I'm
Yeah,
mostly asking about the guys that are in the starting rotation now or that may come back as starting pieces. Who goes? Maybe it's one of those guys that goes in the bullpen. Not Manaya, but maybe somebody like that. I'll put this up real quick, briefly. I want to bring it back up because Jeffrey says, Brazoban, a guy that many people forgot about, might end up being our second best
Yeah,
relief pitcher. Let me tell you guys right now, before you guys give the comments on that, mine is going to be a little bit different. Brazoban is my favorite relief pitcher. You
I'm
know what
with
I'm
you.
saying? One, he's getting the job done. Two, my guy gets picked up in a Toyota Camry just like mine by an Uber driver that's probably his uncle or whatever the hell it is every freaking game. So that's my guy. Brazo bend, but don't break, baby. And he doesn't even bend because he comes in and just shuts it down right away. You feel me? So now, yeah, Brazo Bond is one of my favorites. Definitely, yeah, you can say
Bro,
he's probably been our second best relief pitcher. For a while, maybe you could say Kranich, but
or
not
Garrett.
shit. Brazoban has probably been our best relief pitcher
I
because he's
I
been the most
agree.
consistent. He's been the
I
most consistent. I don't think he's had any blemishes. He had the one game he gave up like one run, I think it was. And other than that, every game is boom, zeros. Inherited runners, uninherited runners,
Yep.
1 inning, 3 innings, opener, it don't freaking matter. He gets the job done. And like I told him last night, because last night he actually stopped. I think he stopped because he heard me talking to him in Spanish. And he stopped and signed some autograph, a couple of autographs for the people. And I told him, I'm like, yo, keep it going, bro. Keep it going.
Bro,
He was
I
mad
had
happy. He
to.
was mad happy. Like, yeah, he did.
I I completely agree with you. I think he's been our best reliever.
Yeah.
I think he's been our best. It's him, like my circle of trust. It's him, Garrett, and then Kranich. And then after that, it's like, okay, maybe Stanek. Diaz is he's not in my trust circle yet. He's not there yet. Even though all the numbers say he should be.
so the
Going back
stand
to
says
the road. Yeah, go ahead.
no.
Read
I'm
it.
just looking at that comment because it says the stand. I like Montas to be in that old Seth role. Keep Peterson as a starting pitcher. My only thing is
They
that
gave him too much bread.
it's not even that. I don't care about the money. If they give you the money, you perform to the best of your ability, you could be
For
successful.
whatever the
That's
hell
all I
we
care
need.
about.
Word.
My thing, my problem, my thing with
Don't
Montas is
Devers
that
us, right?
he's too he's too. That's a whole different combo. Um,
No, but I'm saying
Montas is
don't Devers us. We paying you. You gonna do
oh
whatever the hell we need,
oh
bro.
right. I mean, even though I kind of feel like Boston did him dirty, but like I said, that's a whole
Yeah.
Yeah,
different
you're right.
combo. With Montas, he's too streaky. So then it's like who's to say that that shit doesn't fall on the bullpen, and then it's like you know what I'm saying, like it's up and down with him. He's never been my cup of tea. Like, this is why in game 2, when he made us look stupid and he was killing us with fastballs, I'm like, yo, this brother has no movement on his pitches, bro. What are we doing? We can't touch Frankie Montas. Are you joke? Are you kidding me? So hopefully we could get that type of Montas, but he's too streaky right now, man. So I mean, I could see it, but it's right now. It's like you're taking a risk with him, and this is why people are freaking out about him. Peterson, as much as he gives you length and he's good in the bullpen, he's good as a starter. I think he's just comfortable as a starter. He's been solid. He's been great. You don't move him. You don't move him unless you need to, unless there's injuries. Knock on wood. But you don't move him. There's certain guys that you just don't move in certain spots because they're doing great. Canning, you keep them. Senga, you keep them. Like, there's certain guys that you got to keep in that rotation because they're killing. Remember, this rotation was getting killed all offseason. That they didn't know what they were doing. Guys, they were getting guys that were going to get killed by the Phillies and they were going to get killed by the fucking Dodgers. And look at fucking Canning. Canning made the Phillies look stupid. So, again, I don't question it. But with Montas, he has to prove something to me before I could just give him I can move him anywhere. You're here to be a starter. Prove that you could be a fucking starter before I gotta move you as a reliever. That's about it. Hector, you're encouraging it.
Of course,
I was. I'm not gonna lie, I was. Because I'm always the bad guy, so I gotta let Eddie crash out on somebody. I'm always crashing out on somebody for the same things. Plus, I wanted Eddie to get a feeling of what I get sometimes when you say something and it's like you said something totally different.
Yeah, it's misinterpreted.
That's
it
it.
drives me crazy.
Yeah,
And when I crash out doing the top, and he's like, "Oh, don't pay no mind, hey God." You see how you see, bro. That shit is annoying sometimes. But I like Emizi. Emizi's my guy, man. But I always say Emizi likes to rile us up. I love when everybody riles up. And again, shout out to the chat, man. They've kept the conversation going tonight. Because we're here just basically answering the questions right now. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys and keep it going, but just not too long because I got to get the fuck out of here.
No
doubt. Let's see. Damn, I wanted to bring something else up, but go ahead, Tom. Finish your thought. I think I interrupted you.
No, that was.
I did want to ask you guys this. This is what I wanted to ask you guys because my guy Ant hates the 6-man rotation. He can't hear it mentioned. This guy he crashes out when it comes to the 6-man rotations. What are your guys' feelings on the 6-man rotation in general and how it pertains to the Mets, and how we're using it or whatever? What are your guys' thoughts?
Right off the rip, right now it works. It works. And it's working to perfection almost. So I'm not going to fuck with something that's working. We see all the stats. We see all the pitching stats. We're top 5, top 10 in almost every single pitching category. So why mess up a good thing? I don't want to touch something that, like, this is one of the reasons why I don't like, if something's working, and it's working really good, why stop it and change it? To me, that makes no sense. So they have to do it because they have Senga and they have to do it. But I don't mind it. I even think in today's baseball, I think it's smart because guys don't pitch 175, 200 innings anymore. Those days are over. It's the days of guys pitching 125 to 145 innings. That's it. So a 6-man rotation preserves that. And I think David Stearns has done enough to earn our trust in him and his vision and what he's done with this bullpen. With the starting rotation. So I'm totally with the 6-man rotation, and I'm keeping it.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, you can't change nothing that's working. You gotta keep everything the same. Obviously when Manaya and Montas come back, you gotta make changes. I know certain people are probably gonna be upset that when Montas comes back, they're easily gonna throw him in there. But again, it's like when Hetty brought up the money, you paid him to be a starter. You're not just gonna throw him in there as a relief pitcher. And no, you paid him to be a starter. Unless he comes in and he fucks up, then you make that decision. But as of right now, he's a starter. You have to throw Manaya in there. That's a guy he's been your ace per se. You got to throw him in there when he comes back. So they'll make their adjustments. But as of right now, there's nothing to change, man. Again, this rotation was ridiculed. They said we had the worst potential fucking starting rotation in the league. They didn't know what they were doing. And again, David Stearns is showing once again the motherfuckers. I'm the one in the suit. I'm the one behind the desk, not y'all. y'all just buy a ticket to watch this shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't know what it is, what analytics I gotta do, what research I gotta do,
Exactly.
what fucking shit I do behind the scenes. I know what I'm doing, and so far it's working, bro. People just don't like it because he still has that small market mentality in a big market team, and it's like if it's worked for him in Milwaukee where they made the playoffs every year, why not do it here? So I'd keep it.
Heck, what's your thoughts on that?
I'll give you my thoughts right now. As Ant follows up and says, "You want your best pitchers to pitch the most. 5 and 6 starters are usually bums." I'm glad you said that. As I said earlier today when we started the show, Top, you were here, and I've said this many times. The good thing about what we're doing right now is if you look at our pitchers, you may think of them as 5 and 6 starters, but are they really pitching at the 5 and 6 starter level? No. They have number 3, couple of them a number 2 number. Like I said, Griffin Canning's a solid 2 right now. He's pitching to that. And because I have a lot of conversations with Ant, I know what his comeback for that is as well. They have those good numbers because they're only pitching 5 innings. Okay, there may be something to that. I can't dismiss it. But what I will say is my thoughts on the 6-man rotation is everybody, and I've said this before, everybody focuses on it's just for Senga. And like you guys said, if it's working, why the hell am I gonna fix it? It's working. The second thing is and I think is the most important thing is we have the guy. So we need to keep him healthy and performing at the highest level possible. And if it takes a 6-man rotation, then a 6-man rotation it is. But it's not only benefiting Kodai Senga, it's going to benefit someone like Clay Holmes, whom we need to figure out, as good as he's being right now, how are we going to get him to the end of the season and through a playoff run? When he's somebody who's used to pitching how many innings as a starter? 80 innings, maybe tops, 90 innings? I don't freaking know. I don't know how much he's averaged. And now we're going to ask him to go how high? 115, 120 innings? I don't know. So when you have a 6-man rotation, it allows you to give him time to recover and to not maybe make 2 or 3 starts that he would do with a 5-man rotation. You know, I'm still of the belief, and I said this in the offseason, that eventually we may see them shut a Clay Holmes down for a week or 2 just to be able to get him.
He's another guy's been so good. Heck. Sorry,
he's been great. He's been great. No. That's fine. He's been great, but he's making a big innings jump. Eventually, he's gonna make a big innings jump. So I think the 6-man rotation is benefiting all of these guys, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with. Listen, and I'm just as old school as Ant. I didn't see Lou Gehrig and them play like he did, and Bob Gibson, but I saw 87, 80s baseball, early 80s baseball, mid 80s baseball. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started watching. 84, 85, 86. You know,
how was it like to see Babe Ruth?
My most vivid memories are from 86. So I'm used to guys going 8 innings, 7, 8 innings, you know?
Those days are over.
That's
over.
Yeah.
It's done. It's guys pitching 125 innings now. That's it.
Yeah. Pitching's not the same anymore.
And that's how you got to approach it.
Yeah,
get six or 7 guys to pitch 125 innings, and then you
gotta adjust. You gotta adjust, and this is why team having a big a solid bullpen matters, because these pitchers are not going. Yeah, they're not going 6 innings every night. So when you have a solid bullpen, that can be consistent. It's really not that big of a problem.
You guys mentioned about what's his name? The lefty. Why the fuck don't I remember his name?
Peterson.
Yeah, sorry. You guys mentioned Peterson like we should not put him in the bullpen, but bro, if he has to, like, I'm okay with that because we saw what he did last year, and he's a guy that can go from the bullpen to the rotation. Yeah, you may have to go down and stretch him out, whatever, if he's doing the bullpen for a couple of months, but I totally trust what Stearns was going to do. Like, if it has to be Peterson to be the lefty out of the bullpen, I'm okay with that. Again, I wouldn't be okay with that if we didn't have Montez and Manea coming. But those guys are coming back. So I'm perfectly okay with putting Peterson in the bullpen if you need it.
Right.
I also
Uh,
wonder, as I'm listening to you say that, like, would that be something that they'd be willing to do right now, where you've been investing in this guy and turning him to a starter, thinking that he can be a high end starter, right? He's finally coming along and starting to show a little bit of that, and now we're gonna put him in the bullpen to then maybe bring him back. Like, I don't know if that's the
that
right thing to do. Now, I'm not saying that you don't do that in a playoff run, maybe when you shorten your rotation and you only start maybe three guys anyway, sometimes four early on, but some, three starters, and you put some starters in the bullpen. Maybe you do it then. I'm not so sure they'll want to do that in season unless he starts to struggle. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see.
I
Like you
mean,
said, I'll trust whatever the hell Stearns and Mendy
yeah,
decide to do.
you gotta do
I
what's
mean, I
best for
like
the
it,
team.
but
You
I'll
gotta do
trust it.
what's best for the team, bro. That's it.
No, for sure, always.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I said.
You gotta be
Don't
able
Devers
to.
us. That should be not doing what's best for the team is going to be called the Devers now. So don't Devers us, bro. I'm
Hot
sorry.
Devers.
Yeah, this guy's not
Unless
doing what.
you're
I'm
unless you're
sorry,
lied
Tom.
to.
I'm gonna have some fun. I
Unless
know
you're
it.
lied to.
I
Unless
know.
you're lied to.
I know it's complicated. I know there's nuance
It's
to
not
it.
even that. It's just more of a Dominican thing. It's like yo, another Dominican brother is just they're doing them
Yeah, but
dirty, son.
I'm gonna have
And I
fun
get it.
regardless.
I
You
get
see
it.
how you see
Yeah.
how I'm kicking Juan Soto's ass. I don't give a damn if he Dominican. Even
I'm
more reason.
yeah. Not
I'm
even
even
that.
harder on them. I'm even
I'm just
harder
I'm just
on them, bro.
I'm just saying for those that have an opinion or perspective on the Devers thing, think about it from this perspective. You were drafted from the organization. You've been their top guy since you were called up. They gave you the bag and they said third base is your primary decision. And then they signed a guy who, according to Devers, didn't even notify him that he was going to get signed that plays your position. And then they're telling you to move. Think of like look at it from that perspective.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Boston can do whatever they want. The player obviously has the right to say something, but he has to follow, or the team can be like, "Hey, listen, we're moving your ass because you don't want to, you don't want to follow through." But at the same time, you got to understand that when you're promised all this and then you just got to move. He has a point. If you looked at his statement a couple days ago, where he said it is hard for certain athletes to move to different position.
Right.
Like people think that just because they're athletes and they're playing in a pro level that they can just pick up and play in a new. It's not always that easy. Not every player is a utility player. So for him, I can understand where he's coming from because people just look at it and be like, "Well, he got his money, so he should be fine with whatever." Though that's not the case. Yeah, he got his money, but he still feels like he can play in that position
Right.
that was promised to him. So for them to bring a other guy who again is killing for them, it's not like Bregman is playing like ass. He's actually raking for them. But it's like, they basically just signed him, and according to Devers, didn't really notify him that they were bringing him in, and that's supposed to be your captain per se. Like
Yeah.
the Mets are not gonna sign another guy and be like, yeah, we didn't notify Lindor. Like no,
Yeah,
they're gonna
exactly.
ask Lindor what he thinks because that's their veteran leader, that's their top guy, regardless if he has his seat on his chest or not. He's their veteran. That's the clubhouse that the clubhouse goes towards, like they look for him when it comes to advice, when it comes to different things. So they're gonna ask him like, "Hey, we're about to sign fucking Luis Robert Jr. from the. We're gonna trade for him. Like, how do you feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna ask him for his opinion because at the end of the day, those guys have to mesh well with him, and he has to mesh well with them. You never know if you bring in a guy and then all of a sudden he's a cancer to the clubhouse. Then it just fucks up the whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, especially
for the
at
Red
that
Sox
money
not
though,
to.
too. Fuck that.
Right, but for them to make him that like their guy and make him the leader, and then for them to just bring in Bregman, like Devers is just gonna shrug it and just be like, "Yeah, I'm cool with it." Like I'm sure he's cool with the guy, but it's like, dude, I've been a third baseman all my life, and y'all said that that's my position. So now I
Yeah.
just gotta move and I gotta adapt to this position, and then on top of that, yeah, he's a DH. But I'm sure he's felt so comfortable playing the field that now he's doing is getting up there, and then when they go back on the field, he's just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy for everybody, man. So, I understand him 100%. I get both sides, but I understand his what he said because a lot of people are kind of killing him for coming out. And it's like, listen, at the end of the day, he's a human being, man. I don't think he should be ridiculed for saying what he said.
No, listen, and I agree with you. And I don't want to spend too much time on this Devers thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't mean
this
to
is
rant.
way
No, no,
too
no, no.
much
I
You
time
good.
didn't
on
You
mean to
this
good.
rant.
Devers shit.
Mm.
You good. But I will say that I do understand, like you said, the part where he's talking about not every player can just adjust to different positions.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, credit to him for recognizing, like, yo, I'm not that guy. I'm not versatile like that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't just be moving around. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
embarrass myself. It's just his delivery's not good. His face, yo,
No,
he's one of those,
no.
he's one, yeah, he's one of those Dominicans, bro, that thank God he's playing baseball. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Like,
Hector, how much you think that translator was sweating balls, bro?
bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that translator does him no favors. But listen,
Yo, bro, no, you don't.
No, he
if he
fucked
really
him.
translated word for word, I'm not sure if it sounds any
Oh,
better, anyways. You feel me? Because
yeah, right, exactly.
like Devers didn't do himself any favors, but I do understand them. I do understand them. But back to our New York Mets, real quick. Let's flip
Facts,
it back to
facts.
this real quick. As Jeffrey, I don't know if I put this up or not, but he says Clay Holmes is
Yeah, you
scheduled to
did.
pitch on regular rest on Wednesday, and I don't think it would be the first time. There's been a couple of guys that have pitched on 5 days rest,
Right.
even when they use a six starter. Canning
Hmm.
has done it
Hmm.
a couple of times,
Yeah,
and I think Holmes has done it a couple of
it
times as
was it
well.
was Canning and Holmes. Those were the two guys.
Yeah. So I don't see why he won't do it again. Has anybody looked ahead at who we got lined up for the Yankees? No, that's
For
looking too far
for the
now.
Yankees, or you talking about Pittsburgh?
No. We're gonna show that as we get out of here in a few.
Okay.
But I just as I'm talking, I'm thinking like, damn, I wonder who's lined up for the Yankees. I would think it's
Mm,
guys who pitched kind of this weekend
let
though.
me see. It still says TBD, but let me see. We got if we have these guys, because I don't want to say the pitches if you guys already have like a graphic or something for Pittsburgh, but uh we got Peterson on Monday. I mean, not Monday. Uh yeah, it is Monday, sorry. Monday. And then we got
It's Peterson,
Who
we
pitched
Skeens.
got
yesterday?
Ski we got
Who pitched?
Skeens in the building on Monday?
Yeah, Skeens is
Yeah,
tomorrow.
who pitched yesterday for us? I forget already. Oh, McGill. Oh shit.
McGill.
So McGill's probably on Friday because Friday would be the 6th day.
Oh boy.
Now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Okay.
about it.
That might be a
Unless
So
they
definitely.
push it back a day. Unless they push the rotation back.
I mean, it depends though. Like, who would they? I don't
because of
know.
the off day, who
Right.
would be scheduled to pitch on Thursday? Who
Who
pitched?
would be?
Who pitched
But
Friday?
Let me see.
Senga.
Thursday.
No,
Senga. So
it would be
Would that
Senga,
be
right?
Tuesday.
No, no,
6:30?
no. Sorry. Nope. Senga's pitching. Senga. It says here Senga's pitching on Tuesday.
Mother freaker.
It's
What?
Yeah.
against Mitch Keller. Yep. Mitch Keller and Senga going
So who
Tuesday,
pitched
and
last?
then
Who pitched last Thursday?
uh, because Clay
So
Holmes is pitching. Clay Holmes is pitching Wednesday.
Clay
So
Holmes is pitching
let me
Wednesday.
see.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna be
well, how does it
McGill.
line up with the Yankees?
It's probably gonna be like
Like,
McGill,
gonna
Canning,
yeah, McGill, Canning,
Yeah.
and then
whoever the hell's going tomorrow.
yeah,
We'll go Sunday.
which is this I just said this for Peterson.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Back to
Yo,
this.
yo, what the fuck? Um,
I don't want
nah,
McGill against the Yankees.
I mean, you
No.
never know, bro. He might
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
you never know, dude. That's the crazy thing about
I'm
McGill.
off and on with that fucking guy,
You
man.
just
Yeah, these
never
guys are
know,
saying
One
the
day I
same.
man.
love him, the
We're
next day
here
I'm
killing
off.
our brains, and all I had to do was read the comments.
McGill, Canning, and Peterson. Yeah, most likely, yeah, it's McGill, Canning, and Peterson. Yeah.
Yeah.
See. I like Canning on that Saturday game. I do. He's on a momentum right now where it's just like
Yeah, I don't
I
mind
like
He's on
that.
a
Canning.
heater.
Yeah,
I
I
don't mind
like that.
Canning.
I like that. McGill.
Matter of
mm,
fact, Eddie,
mm.
Canning is the perfect example of what I was trying to describe to you what perreo is, right? Because top Soto's walk-up song. What song is that? That it'd be like perreo, whatever. I don't even know what song that is.
It's the Bad Bunny song. It's
Right.
Coño. I forgot the name. Fuck. It's Bad Bunny song.
So, but I was trying to describe to Eddie like what is perreo. Griffin Canning, what we were saying about Griffin Canning, that's perreo. Like
that's
so,
Bejerel.
like yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's like, he don't back down. You know what I'm saying? He going after you. Like, come on,
Okay.
hit it. You know what I
I
mean?
got you.
Show me what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's like the
pretty much.
perfect
Yeah,
example for it right now. I just thought
Just
about
keep it
that.
up, boys. That's all we got. Just keep it the fuck up.
yeah. That's pretty much it, man. It's you guys. They live and die with what this rotation does. At the end of the day, you really question what this lineup could do on a consistent basis. Like that's pretty much it,
Curious
man.
to see I'm curious to see the Skeen Soto matchup.
Oh,
Actually, matter of fact, not just Soto, the whole
see,
fucking
I
team.
was about to say I'm curious to see the entire matchup,
yeah.
bro.
Well,
Yeah, the whole team.
I'm kind of glad I'm not going to that game because I'll be on a mission to try
Are
to
you
find Livy
kidding me?
Dunn while I'm there. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it'd be focused on the game. I think Livy Dunn would probably be my mission while I'm there
well, nah,
to
fucking
try
Livy
to
Dunn. We're
yeah,
about to kick
just to
Skeen's ass tomorrow. That's what
What's
I'm
that? Is that
doing.
his girl
yo
or
did
some shit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's
Okay.
the yeah it's funny because he's supposedly getting killed by the Pittsburgh Pirates fan base for the comments that he said when they fired their
What did he say?
manager.
I missed it. I missed it. What
He
did he say?
basically said, "Well, we're like 12-26, so somebody had to take the blame for it." And
Mm,
people were like, "Are you Did you really just say that?" And they're killing him. But I'm like, "You motherfuckers
He's
have
right.
so." But they shouldn't be killing him. Kill your upstairs. Kill your fucking GM. Kill your owner. Like, what are we
right.
doing, bro? Like, come on, man. You should be
Bro,
happy that he's
look
speaking
at their
out.
2 off-season signings. They brought in McCutcheon and fucking what's his name? The guy for them, Tommy Pham. That was their
That's it.
two. That was their two off-season
They
off-season
have
signings.
they
With
have
on a team that pitches pretty well.
they have money, they just don't want to spend, and
Nah,
that's
they're
the
too cheap.
problem.
They're like
That's
the
the problem.
Wolverines.
That's what I'm saying. When this scheme shit happens, when he becomes a free agent, you talk about this Soto shit being a movie. Oh my god, this scheme shit when he becomes a free agent is going to be a fucking movie because of the
How
fact that
old is he though? How old will he be?
he's 22, I believe.
Oh shit! So he's gonna be like
He's young, but
26.
but again he's on his like I don't want to be an ass kisser, but he could be he's projected to be one of the best pitchers in the league. Like
He
that's
is.
just what technically like. So again, when he becomes a free agent, where he's still on arbitration right now, but when he becomes a free agent, every team is most likely going to be gunning for him. Like
Yeah.
that's it's just that he might get pitchers don't get large amount of deals. He might get one of the biggest contracts when it comes to a pitcher, just
Gonna
because
get a
of who he
Soto
is. So,
deal at that age,
ah,
25, 26.
a Soto deal for a pitcher
Yo,
that
50 million a year for a guy that's 26. That's
yeah.
probably
Look,
cheap.
he's 22. His
3 more years.
yep, his
Three-
contract. Yeah, he'll be 25, I think, when he becomes a free agent.
Going into the 26 season. So Soto's exact age. He's gonna get a Soto contract.
He most likely will get a large ass contract, and it won't be with Pittsburgh. I will tell you that. He might as well tell Livy Dunn and his family, "Yo, just start looking for houses, just anywhere at this point, and we'll bank on a team out there again. Or if we got to move, we got to move. But we're
There's
not
a
staying here in
ton of
Pittsburgh.
teams that will, bro.
Wait,
The,
listen,
the Mets are gonna be in on him. No doubt. The
I
Yankees,
I would
everybody.
I would hope so, but I would hope
Yeah,
so. They're in on him with the intent of, yo, that's the only guy that we're giving a large bag to because I
yeah,
know that that's not what they like to do. So
right. But
the
at
part,
that age and what he could do,
yeah, I mean, yo, hey, I'll take it. I ain't saying no to that. Are
those
you
are the
kidding
best
me?
free agent contracts when they
No,
started
nah,
25,
brother.
26.
Nah, and if by the time he becomes a free agent, if they're still on the path of winning and they're not trying to blow it up a little bit,
Let's hope we have a
do
World
it.
Series by then. That's what I'm hoping.
Listen, if that's what it's gonna take, bro, that's it. Again, it has to be more than just that too. It has to be the comfortability that he has with the team. That's hence on why Juan Soto's here. It's
There
not
we
just
go.
about the fucking money. Yeah. Next Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
All
just
right.
figure since we brought it up a little bit already, why not look
Last
ahead
one.
as we get ready to wrap it up, guys? I'm sorry, I gotta get
Yeah.
out of here.
No,
Yeah.
no
Um,
Yeah.
doubt.
but and I do want to highlight something that I think is worth highlighting, and it's good the top is here for it. But coming up, as we've talked about, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Day off on Thursday. Look for Mets Talk Unfiltered that day, and then the big Yankee Subway Series on Friday. But we can only handle the day at hand, right? Which would be Monday Skeens, as we've talked about against David Peterson. Uh, I don't even know what the hell that guy's first name is. Keller versus Senga,
Mitch
and then
Keller.
Fulter, Mitch Keller,
Mitch, yeah.
and then Fulter against Clay Holmes. Those are your pitching matchups. Just go out there and handle business.
We're going to
Business,
get games 2 and 3. That's a fact.
Whatever. Go out there and
Yo, Eddie.
win the series. I don't like giving up games beforehand, but I understand, Eddie. I
It's
understand, bro.
games 2 and 3. We're gonna get those two.
Yo, son, I
First one, I
swear.
don't know about that one.
Didn't we beat Schemes last year? And
We did.
as my guy
We
Jeffrey
did.
said,
We beat them in Pittsburgh, I believe.
wait,
We did.
where is it?
McNeil actually took him deep.
There you
Yeah,
go. I
there we
was gonna
go.
That's
say
right. That's
There we
right.
go.
That's
people
right.
are gonna
Remember
be
that.
There we
upset
go.
tomorrow. I can't put the comments with Top there because it then box my guy Top. But yeah, people gonna be upset tomorrow when we see McNeil in the lineup and Mendoza says something like, "Yeah, he did well against this guy last year." People, oh, what the fuck?
I want
How you
Acuna.
gonna, yeah, how you gonna put this guy in the lineup?
Now you got to put power against power. So if McNeil took him deep, he's got to be in the lineup. He's got to be in it.
No, for sure. But a good weekend, gentlemen. Definitely a good weekend. To wrap up the whole weekend thing, I wanted to highlight a friend of ours. Um, you know, heck, shut the fuck up and just do what you was gonna do. I was about to say some stupid shit. Not some stupid shit, but I was about to have fun. Don't have fun, heck. Anyways, my guy Top my guy Rube put out a post today that I thought was pretty good, pretty good.
Shout out to the
And
Pope, man. That's my
shout out
guy.
to the Pope. And pretty much what did it summarize the weekend? Mets scored 18 runs versus the Cubs, who scored 10 runs this entire series. Run differential is +8 for the Mets. We won 2 out of 3. Dominant. There's your test, everybody.
Yep.
Fuck your test. How about that?
Mm.
Like I said before, Top, you wasn't here. It's time for the league, for the media, for fans, and everybody starts saying, "Oh, the Mets are a test.
Coming here.
The Mets are a measuring stick for such and such, such and such." Not that anybody's a measuring stick for us. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. So
Yes,
shout out again to Rube for that post. I thought it was phenomenal. The last thing that I wanted to highlight, or that I wanted to talk about, is, and I'm gonna put up his numbers here, but I don't even think we need the numbers. But this fucking guy right here
Ha!
My captain.
is not human.
That's my captain, man.
This
My
guy's
goat.
not human.
No.
This guy
not.
is like a superhuman. Ever since he went to lead off at some time in the month of May in 2024, I think this dude, and maybe I should look it up, is batting 700 in clutch situations. And I see somebody said, I think he's come through like 7 out of 10 times, bro. It seems like every time we need a big hit and he has opportunity to provide it, he does exactly that. Like he did today, like he's done a couple of times already this year with the walk-off home run and so on and so forth. Like he did so many times last year. And just like I'm, critical of Soto now, and I ask more, I was asking more of this guy, and people labeled me as a not a Lindor fan. Some people don't like to see me giving him credit now because I don't think I'm worthy of that. Which, like Eddie said, fuck off with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But when people
gotta give
complain
credit to where
about the
it's due.
7, 8, 9, well, we're not winning because the 7, 8, 9 ain't doing this. No, I say, what the hell are the guys that are supposed to carry us? What are they doing? If they're doing their job, then you talk to me about everybody else. But if they ain't doing their job, I'm not gonna go look at what the hell Tyrone Taylor's doing.
And he's been good too. He's been great in the
Yeah, he's been
field.
good. I'm just, that's the name that came to mind. But you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not gonna look at one of the lesser guys and say it's their fault we're not winning. No, it's Pete Alonso's fault, damn it, last year. It was Brandon Nimmo's fault. It was Francisco Lindor's fault early on. And I'm going to talk about it. And then when they deserve their flowers or whatever you young guys like to say, when they deserve their props, like us old people like to say, whatever the hell, I'm going to give it to them. Francisco Lindor, the only thing I can say is he's not freaking human, bro. He's not human. I don't know what the hell happened. Call it girl dad power. Call it whatever. But shout out to Francisco
he turned
Lindor,
the corner,
bro.
man. And I
Shout out
told
to
you.
Francisco Lindor.
I
Go,
told
man.
you, Heck, before the season. I said this when we did our first show. I said this is going to be the first year he makes the All-Stars at Met. I knew it. It was a matter of time. He was fucking due. He was due to have a big first half. And now it's finally carried over, and it's finally come to fruition. And he
Let's
does
go.
it, and he just has good at-bats after good at-bats. So shout out to Lindor, bro.
He got sick of Heck talking so much shit about him. You know
He had
what,
it,
Junior Swingman, you're fucking right. He heard Hector
He had
since
it.
2021 talk about why they give away my Dominican youngin and Ahmed Rosario, and he said, you know what? Fuck this guy, man. This guy's always in fucking 134 and 129, wherever the fuck he's at, and he's always talking shit. Now I gotta fucking prove him. I gotta prove him off once again.
Hey,
Fuck this
listen,
dude.
I'm all
And he's
for it,
hitting over
bro.
300.
I'm all for it. Yo, Eddie, you talking about this guy all the time. He's finally here. My guy, Ant. Subway to Shea Ant.
Anthony,
My
there we
dog,
go.
that's my
I got
guy,
Anthony.
man. Shout out to
As
Ant,
he
man.
Every
said,
time
My
I hear
guy.
Anthony in the Mets, I think of Subway to Shea. That's my guy. I don't know. It's just my guy.
There you
My
go.
dog,
Well,
man.
he says get Lindor to the All-Star game. And you know what I've said.
Yeah, good luck.
Eddie, it's
Good luck
on
with the
us.
Mets fans voting him in.
It's on
We
us.
can't even
But
get Jalen Brunson in.
Shut
there.
up with that nonsense. With good luck.
Good luck. Good luck
But it
getting
is
in.
on us, though. It is on us, Top. We got to get out there and vote. But I don't. But you know what I think the difference is this year, Top, that I keep trying to tell Eddie? He's going to get the national vote, bro. He's going to get the national
Absolutely.
vote the way that
He's
he's
got
playing.
it.
Absolutely.
They're seeing
Yeah.
He's
these
the best hitting
highlights.
shortstop in the fucking in major leagues by a mile.
Right. So
It's done. It's a done deal.
that should happen. It better happen.
The Mets fans won't vote him though.
Listen,
That's
man,
guaranteed.
I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing people say that fucking Tina Turner is better than Francisco Lindor. I'm tired of hearing Dansby Swanson is better than
Fuck
Francisco
Dansby
Lindor.
Swanson,
I'm
fucking
tired of
shit.
hearing that fucking Perdomo is better than Francisco Lindor. I'm tired of hearing Anthony Volpe. Are we putting
Oh,
Anthony
Volpe,
Volpe
get the
in the
fuck
same
outta here.
conversation? Is that what we're really doing? Baseball fans, I'm talking about baseball fans that want to fucking come up on X and on social media platforms and want to make comparisons. Don't put that motherfucker next to Francisco Lindor. What has he done? He's the shit. He's getting bombarded by his own fan base. They don't even want him there. So please, no. Francisco Lindor is the best fucking shortstop in the league, and at me if y'all want. For the however many people that are watching this right now, at me at Top Bunk Sports and try to
We
fight
got
me on
like
it.
500 people watching right now. We're good.
Nobody
You
is
got it.
better than Francisco Lindor right now. He's the best shortstop in the league as of right now. Put some respect on him and make sure that he's a starter for your NL All-Star team this year, man. Tired of the disrespect.
Good luck with the votes. That's all I'll tell you.
Oh
Hey,
my God!
listen.
Somebody mute this guy.
But he'll get in. But the fans will vote him in, though. That's a fact. I just know this shit from being a Knicks fan.
Appreciate you, and appreciate
I know
you.
very well.
Anthony says the bat flip today was for me. Yeah. No, his leadership off the field, everything.
That was a big
But-
home run, too.
He grew into that. You know what I'm saying? He grew into that. It wasn't always there. And it all just came together last year at the same time, pretty much. He called the team meeting. He was put to lead off. Boom, boom, boom. He started coming through. I think he himself recognized, like, yo, I need to take ownership. And he said it. I need to take ownership of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people like to ignore. Like, a lot of the times that I would criticize him and I would say things, he was saying the same things.
Yeah.
He was saying the same things. Listen, he grew. I grew. We all grew. You know what I'm saying? Like my guy Rocky said, like Rocky said in Rocky 4, you know.
Listen, man, we're still one of the best teams in baseball, and we ain't slowing up. So put the notice out, all right? Put the notice out because the Mets are putting fucking teams on notice. All we do is fucking win series, bro. That's it.
Yes, sir, man. Let's do it.
Appreciate you, George. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate everybody, and appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate the love. Right back at you, man.
My God,
right
man.
back at you.
Shout out to Ant.
We definitely have to vote. You guys know my blunt predictions at the beginning of the year. I said the Mets will have, I think it was 3 or 4 All-Stars. I still expect that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Soto's probably going to be voted in just popularity, even though
popularity.
He fucking don't deserve to be an
Pete,
All-Star. You ask me.
Pete, you have Lindor, so that's
if
3.
Pete is not an All-Star this year, and it won't be because they want him to do the home run dirty.
No,
I don't. I actually,
Griffin Canning could be a fucking
Griffin
all-star.
Canning. That's what I was gonna say.
Brothers, like
Oscar Blazoban could be a fucking all-star, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yo,
dude.
I've never cared about the home run derby. I think this year I don't want Pete doing that shit. Just go to the All-Star game, play
Fuck
the
that
game,
shit.
fuck the home run derby, bro. Like, but he's so locked in, I don't think it matters, man. And
Yeah.
even in his rookie year, he stayed locked in all year. So why not?
Yeah.
If he gets invited, he's doing it. That guy loves that shit. He loves the home run derby.
No, he does.
You guys know it too. You guys know
I mean,
it.
shit. If he's playing good like this, imagine when he doesn't know home derby. Maybe it's something where he's just on a momentum fire the whole year and he wins the whole shit. So why not, man? It's fun. I like
win
it.
the world, the home run derby. Let's win a World Series, man. That's all that fucking matters. Let's win the whole shit.
Holmes and Canyon are
Look at this
combined
shit.
10-2 this season. Absolutely not.
I called Canyon.
They're sick. They are sick to their stomach. The haters don't like this shit at all.
No.
And they say you taking a closer that struggled with the Yankees last year, and you're gonna turn him into a starter. And David Stern said, "Hold my beer."
Exactly.
He said, "Hold up, all right, bro, I got you." Hey, maybe that's what he wanted this entire fucking time. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe he just didn't want to be a fucking setup man. Maybe he didn't want to be a closer.
Right.
And look at Seth now.
But Seth Lugo was vocal about it the whole time.
Yeah.
That he wanted to start.
Seth Lugo always wanted to be a starter.
And look at Seth now.
He's fucking awesome.
And look at Seth now. Look at that. Look, bro.
Kodak and Cabrera
should team up for
Bangor might be the other all-star, by the way, we're not talking about.
You never know, bro. You never know.
Hey, send them all. I don't give a damn.
You never know, bro. You never know.
That's quite possible. You guys agree with that?
If Stearns was here before, we'd still have logo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
He would have been a starter.
Absolutely.
Well, gentlemen, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Fellas, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. This is fucking dope. Shout out to the 500 that's watching, man. Shout out to my guys, man. Always doing it big. Let's go, Mets. Let's continue the series wins, man. Let's go. First place, baby. Feeling good.
Yes, sir. Eddie?
Shout out to everybody that came through watching us, hearing our crazy asses talk baseball. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's go Knicks tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're all Knicks fans here. And even if you aren't, you better jump on board. Definitely, let's go Knicks. Now, people were telling me that game 3 was a must win for the Knicks. I didn't see that. But again, I see this a lot of times with the Mets. Maybe for the fan base, because for the fan base, especially us New York fans, we always feel like fucking, the end is coming. The other shoe's going to drop. I do think tomorrow's a must win. You can't let Boston tie the series because then they're going to feel like the champs that they are.
We're going to be fucked if we lose tomorrow. Fuck.
But you know what? I was watching a little bit of Jalen Brunson talking. I don't know if it was post game or when the hell it was. He seemed pissed. Go out there and play that way tomorrow. Yeah. I need fucking Cat to be that dude that they bring here to be that second guy. Whatever.
Cat's got to score. That's it. And they got to shoot to their percentage.
And I need OG to stop being this inconsistent motherfucker that gives me 25 one game and then 5, 6, 7, 9 for 3 games. I need OG.
And stop letting them get fucking 20-point leads.
I'm just gonna say that you need to come out in the first quarter and you need to either have a lead or even if you're down by 2. I'd much rather y'all be down by 2 going into the second quarter where you give yourself a chance. Don't be fucking down 20, 10, 15 points and then you got to fight your way back. Boston is gonna kill you.
They got to shoot their percentages because they're due. They haven't shot their percentages once this whole series. Right. Shoot their percentages, hit shots, make them chase you, go into the fourth quarter. As long as the game's within 5, give it to Brunson, and the game's over. We got it.
They said today
that both my phones are charged. My bad, Top. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, they said that today Cat was a full participant in practice today, and he was vocal. Let's see how much that pays off into tomorrow's game. I'll keep it at that.
Nah, for sure. I'm going to have to make sure that both my phones are charged because I really want to be there for this post-game stuff. But as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, fuck. Maybe I should stay home and watch this game. but I'll have it right on my phone. I'll be watching it on my phone, and I'm sure they'll be popping up highlights and all that good stuff on the big screen during the game. Out there. But yeah, man, that's it, guys, man. Yo, Top, thanks for coming through, bro. Always an open
Always, man.
door.
Appreciate
You
y'all.
already know.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Um,
Yes,
Eddie,
sir.
good stuff like always. Thanks for being the one to crash out tonight and not having to be me. Um, and shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Too many of you guys to name. But we love you guys and keep coming through, man. And spread the word. Spread the word. Hit that thumbs up on my YouTube, help a brother out. But just spread the word. Follow, find us on X, YouTube, all that good stuff. You already know what it is, man. Let's go, Knicks. LFGM. Everybody have a good night. Peace.
Let's go.